Good afternoon, friends. In this video, I did another grocery budget challenge. I spent under $20 to create 4 different meals for myself and my husband. So that's $5 per meal or $2.50 per serving. I tried to make really simple and easy meals this challenge, things that are quick to put together, and that's why I've included 2 lunches along with 2 dinners. Before I show you what I made, I'm going to take you along with me as I shop for the ingredients. I have my $20 ready, and my first stop is at Aldi. When shopping at Aldi, I use the Walmart app to compare prices and make sure that I'm getting the best deal. These stores are only about half a mile apart, so it's easy for me to stop at both of them. I was hoping to find meat with those marked down stickers, but unfortunately I didn't find any, so I'm going to grab this package of chicken tenderloins. They're priced at $5.51. Next, I'm going to pick up this 8-ounce package of mozzarella cheese. It's priced at $1.99, which is a penny cheaper than the Great Value brand at Walmart, so I might as well pick it up here. Next, I'm going to grab this 8-ounce package of spinach, priced at $1.49. Spinach is a very nutrient-dense food, so it's a great one to include on this challenge. I'm also going to pick up this 10-ounce container of grape tomatoes. It's priced at $1.59, and with this, over half of my budget has been spent. Cucumbers are priced at just 55 cents each, and they are huge, so I am definitely picking one up. This is the last thing that I'm picking up here at Aldi, and for just these 5 items, I've spent $11.13. Even though I'll be using a few things that I have already at the house, like butter, oil, and spices, there are still key ingredients that I need to pick up at Walmart, and hopefully I'll be able to do that with the $8.87 that I have remaining. I'm here at Walmart, and the first thing that I'm going to pick up is a 1-pound box of Great Value penne pasta. It's priced at 92 cents. I was happy to get the Great Value brand pasta because on my next item, they did not have the store brand in stock. So I had to get the name brand instead. I grabbed this can of Swanson chicken broth priced at $1.26. It's 54 cents higher than the store brand. Next, I'm going to grab a bottle of balsamic vinaigrette priced at $1.97. The only one that I can find is the light version, so that's what I'm picking up. Now I'm going to grab a package of whole wheat tortillas priced at $2.88. I don't think that Great Value makes whole wheat tortillas, so I'm getting the Mission brand. I'm getting whole wheat because it will be better with what I'm making, and it's a little bit healthier. Now I'm picking up an onion. They're priced at $1.28 per pound. This one's half a pound, so it's 64 cents. The last thing that I'm picking up is an avocado. They're priced at 92 cents each, and I'm looking for one that's ripe. I found one, and this puts my new total at $19.72. This is everything that I'm picking up at Walmart. After what I spent at Aldi, I had $8.87 to spend here at Walmart, and I came in under budget. This is everything that I picked up between both stores. My grand total was $19.72, so that means that I am 28 cents under budget. These are tomatoes from my mother's garden. I'm going to include them in this challenge as well. The first meal that I'm going to make is chicken wraps. I'm using all of these ingredients, and to season the chicken, when I cook it, I'm going to use this buttery steakhouse seasoning. If you don't have a blend like this, you can also just use garlic powder or onion powder or both of them. I'm also going to use salt and pepper and oil to cook it in. I'm making 2 chicken tenders for each of us. I season them and I'm going to cook them in a pan, but you can also cook these in the air fryer and they will turn out great. I just cut up this avocado, and since I'm not using this half, I'm leaving the pit in it and also sprinkling a little bit of lime on top of it before I stick it in a container in the fridge. I'm just heating these wraps up in the pan quickly. You don't even have to heat them up if you don't want to. I just think it would taste better this way. I have the chicken, and now I'm going to add some spinach on top along with some tomatoes and some avocado. Then I'm going to add a little dressing on top, and on mine I am adding some cheese as well. Here are both wraps. For this wrap, I decided it was probably better to just cut the cheese into pieces rather than to grate the cheese. So they both have the chicken, the avocados, tomatoes, and spinach, along with that dressing. This wrap was so easy to make, but so delicious. That balsamic vinaigrette added a great flavor to this wrap. And the spinach, tomatoes, and avocado added freshness to it. For dinner tonight, I'm making a chicken, spinach, tomato pasta dish. This is actually a recipe that my husband created, and it's a great way to sneak in spinach in a way that your kids will actually eat it. My daughter loves this dish. First, I'm cutting up all of these grape tomatoes in half. It makes the cooking process so much smoother when you have all of your vegetables chopped beforehand. Then I diced that entire small onion. I also pulled the stems off of the spinach, but that's just a personal preference. You do not need to do that. I'm simply seasoning the chicken with salt and pepper. I have my oil heating up in the pan, and then I add the chicken. I'm going to cook the chicken until it's cooked all the way through on both sides. I'm using a stainless steel pan, and when you can easily move it, you can tell that it's time to turn it. After the chicken is done, I'm going to remove it from the heat, but I am not going to clean the pan before I add in the garlic and onions. I added in a whole tablespoon of minced garlic along with that entire small onion. I'm going to cook the onions at a medium-high temperature until they're translucent. I'm generously sprinkling Italian seasoning all over the onions. Now I'm adding in that entire can of chicken broth, as well as all of the grape tomatoes that I halved earlier. Once it starts boiling, reduce the heat to low. At this point, I'm going to start preparing the pasta. You want to cook the pasta to be al dente because you're adding it back into the pan later. Now I'm dicing up the cooked chicken into bite-sized pieces and returning it back into the pan. I'm giving it a good stir before I cover the pan. At this point my pasta is done. I'm going to reserve 1/4 cup of the pasta water before I drain it. Then I'm adding my pasta into the pan with all of the other ingredients. Next, I'm adding in a ton of spinach. Spinach cooks down to practically nothing, so if you think you've added too much spinach, you probably haven't. I cover the pan again while the spinach cooks. Once the spinach has wilted, I add in a tablespoon of butter along with the cheese and the reserved pasta water. At this point, you want to try the pasta and add salt and pepper to taste. I really enjoy this pasta. It has a very savory taste to it. Normally when we make this, we add Parmesan cheese, but it tastes great with the mozzarella cheese as well. We all went back for seconds. I'm going to make pasta salad to be used as a side with lunch today using these ingredients. I cooked the pasta and I'm going to stick it in the fridge for a little bit to cool down before I add the other ingredients. This is really disproportionately cucumber. I wish I had more tomatoes left. Now that the pasta is cool, I'm just going to add in the ingredients that I chopped up, the tomatoes, cucumbers, and the cheese. Now I'm adding in the vinaigrette dressing. I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on top. This bowl has a lid, so I can easily shake it inside the bowl and stick it in my fridge. For lunch, I'm going to be making chicken quesadillas with spinach and serving the pasta salad that I made earlier on the side. I'm going to be seasoning the chicken with salt and pepper and that buttery steakhouse blend that I've been using all week. But as always, use whatever seasonings that you prefer and have on hand. I'm pan frying the chicken in a little bit of oil. After the chicken is done, I remove it and add the spinach to the same pan. It doesn't take long at all for the spinach to cook. Now I'm going to assemble the quesadilla, adding in some of the chicken, spinach, and the cheese. I'm going to fold this in half and then cook it on my stovetop. I cook it on both sides and I like it a little bit crispy. This is another great way to hide spinach in a meal. I don't like the texture of cooked spinach and I cannot eat it on its own, but inside this quesadilla, it works. This is a really tasty meal, and we went back for seconds on the pasta salad. This is the second dinner that I made, but it is actually out of order with the lunch. I wanted to present my meals lunch, dinner, but I actually made this the day before I made the lunch that you just saw. For our third meal, I'm going to be making a salad for dinner. I'm going to be using the vegetables that you see here, as well as some cheese on top, and I'm going to cook the chicken like I did the night before with that buttery steakhouse rub. I'm also going to take half of one of these tortillas and cut it into strips and put it in my air fryer to create a crunchy topping. I know that I said that I was only going to cut up half of a tortilla, but I ended up cutting up a whole tortilla into strips. I'm gonna put oil on it and salt it on both sides before I stick it in my air fryer. I put it in my air fryer at 300 degrees for 5 minutes, and you can see that it came out toasty. I cut up my vegetables. I only used about half of the cucumber and about half of the tomatoes that I had remaining. Here's what the salad looks like assembled. I put those crunchy tortilla strips on top, along with the shredded cheese and the balsamic vinaigrette dressing. This salad tasted fresh and delicious. I loved it with the balsamic vinaigrette, but I think an Italian dressing would also work. I always show you the food that we have left at the end of the challenge. And for this challenge, we have a little bit of pasta salad left. We obviously had seconds on the pasta salad. I have tortillas, most of this bottle of balsamic vinaigrette, and a little bit of dried pasta. Well, that was my 4 simple meals for this challenge. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, I've done other budget challenges in the past, and I will link my playlist to them in the description box below. I enjoyed all of the meals that I made this week, and my husband did as well. He really enjoyed the salad, and he is not a salad person, so that just goes to show that that was a good flavor combination. If you had fun watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate all of your comments and want to thank you for watching this video. Check out my Instagram and TikTok. They are both at YWCMLAJ.